Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Rain. Yeah, I'm shouting, but not really. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get into this. This has been a long time coming. So I was supposed to do this this comparison on the 18th of July when these actually released, and I just didn't get around to it. Stuff came out and this, that, yada, 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 yada. But anyway, I'm here doing the review. So this is the Bordeaux 7s. Now, for me, this is my favorite Jordan. This is my favorite Jordan colorway. It's my favorite Jordan trainer. But anyway, what the purpose of this video is that it's going to be a comparison. So here is the 2015 pair, and on this side is the 2011 pair. Or is it 10? 11 or 10? I can't remember. I think it's 11. But anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to compare the different features. So probably stuff like the toe box, yada, and materials and the shape and all of that. Just to point out the differences between the two. All right. So keep it locked. Right. So I'm back. So as you can see, well, actually not as you can see, I'm going to start talking about the toe box. So as you can see from the top, the toe box in regards to symmetry and in regards to the shape is marginally different. Marginally is you can just see the dimensions. It just seems a bit wider on this, and just the shape on this is just a bit more dolphin-like, if that makes sense. Dolphin in regards to the actual peak, if that makes sense. If I come down to this angle, you could probably just see it a bit more. It is a minor difference, but it's a difference all the same. I know some people are very fussed about the toe box and how the toe box looks and all that kind of stuff. To be honest with you, I'm not too fussed. As long as it doesn't make for the trainer being uncomfortable, I'm cool with it. But I think it's probably due to some of the materials being a bit different as well. As you can probably just see inside there, you can see the cut of the trainer. It's like you can see the white bit of the material that they've used on the 2011 pair. So we just zoom out. You can't see that. It's just better craftsmanship, a lot better craftsmanship. So next, I'm going to be talking about the midsole. Yeah, okay. I'll start on the midsole. I was going to talk about the upper, but I'm going to talk about the midsole. So the midsole is quite important. They've changed it. They've changed the coloring. Sorry. So if I put it like that and then get up here, you can basically see, if I come down, if I use these two parts, there and there, you can obviously see that this is a lighter grey on the 2011. On the 2015, they've gone for a more cobalt or gunmetal grey. Like the paintwork on it is not that bad. If I'm scrolling across, it's not bad at all. But obviously, it's a different color from the OGs, or not even the OGs, because this pair isn't the OG pair, but you can just blatantly see that the color is different, and that for some people is like a thing of, I'm not buying them because it's a completely different trainer. Boy, it's entirely up to them. But does it make a big difference? For me, yeah, because I think the zoom in or focus, this midsole needs to match the upper. It doesn't match the upper. The reason why it doesn't match the upper is that they've just changed it. Simple as that. I'm going to go into talking about the upper as well now. So, firstly, you can probably just see, you can make out the shape of the trainer is a lot different. I do have shoe trees in these, but these are still factory laced. So it's got all the bits and bobs in there. So there should be a good shape to them, but it just hasn't come out. Maybe I need to loosen them a bit and all that kind of stuff. But if I go into the materials, so you can just basically see the material. I don't know if you can work out or make out that this here is like a nice nubuck. It's not a Fear 4 nubuck. It's not a Cool Grey 5 nubuck where you can see it changes direction when I stroke it, but you can tell the quality on it. Now on the 2015 pair, they've just stuck some any cheap nubuck on. And it's actually any cheap nubuck, and it's quite disappointing. I was expecting big things for these J's, but obviously it just hasn't materialized. In saying that, I'm not sending these back because I'm going to keep them. You get me? You get me, blood? But anyway, it's just one of those things I just thought, oh man, why didn't they get this right? Why couldn't they just spend a little bit more money? These are supposed to be the remastered versions, you know? Remastered. Because if you look at the box, it's got that 23 paper. It's got the gold Jumpman on the box. It's supposed to be the remastered version. I don't see anything remastered in these bitches. They just made them a bit cheaper and charged you a bit more money. And when I say charge you a bit more money, for those that didn't know, in the UK, these retailed at £150. Bastards. And oh, right, so the next thing I'm going to be chatting about is the laces. Now, not the laces in particular, because the laces are just exactly the same. But it's the detailing. So, if you look here, just normal black laces, yeah? In the 2011s, if I get them both together, the 2011s came with special lace tips. And you probably just can't make, you probably just can make out there that the Jumpman or the Jordan is actually engraved into those silver lace tips. Again, these are supposed to be the remastered 30th anniversary Jordans, and they haven't got that detail on there. £150. When these came out, and let me just break this down for some people that know. These were the 2011s. When the 2011s came out, they went onto sale racks. So they retailed, I believe, at either £105 or £110. Now, they went on sale racks and you was able to pick these up in 2011 from Foot Locker in your size if you were lucky enough for, I believe it was either $39.99 or $69.99. I can't too remember exactly because it was way back in the past. And I mean, I live in the past. It's Z. But it's just a mad thing. It's like when you think about Jordans and quality and what they're dealing with. So back then, it's actually a superior trainer. You see the materials in comparison. You see the cut. In comparison, it's just far superior, but they're charging us more for this. It's mad, very mad. Right, so head on, I'm going to talk about the actual tongues. So obviously 2015 pair, 2011 pair. Now, the tongue heights are exactly the same. The only thing is that the colors are differing. They're a bit different, as in the colors on the tongues. So it's the same cut, but it's different in regards to the patterns that you're seeing. Now, someone told me is that on every Jordan of this, with this cut and all that, every Jordan's different. Now, I find that hard to believe. What I basically believe is that they've got one piece of cloth, and depending on where you are on the cloth, you might get a different cut on your tongue. So what I'm basically saying is that some pairs will be the same, and some pairs won't be the same, if that makes sense. Makes sense in my head. So let me just try and say it again. So you might have a big piece of cloth and then they basically cut. Let's say every cut for the tongue is, I don't know, 2 inches. Now, you're bound to, if they made, I don't know, 100,000 pairs, gonna get some repetition. But to the majority, you might see differences. I'm hoping that makes sense. It might not. If it doesn't, who cares? But anyway, boom, skeng. Right, let me just flick up here. Now, one of the main differences, or one of the main things that everyone was going crazy about, is the fact that on the 2015, you've got a Nike Air insole. Now, I was looking at mine, and I don't even know if that's the original insole. I've got a Jumpman in there, but it looks a bit pink, like an infrared. So I'm not sure if that's the right one. But anyway, in the 2015, you've got the Nike Air. Now, I'm not really fussed about Nike Air being in the insole. I don't even care. I don't even care about Nike Air being on the back of shit. Like, you know, the 88s and the 89s that are coming out. As long as the trainer looks wassy, that's all our business about. It leads me to turn around to the back quickly. Let me just try and push that out of the way. Get the alternate pairs in. And then just flip down here. So you've got that back heel tab. You can just probably note that the actual colouring. And you know what? That could just be because it's just a newer pair. So obviously this is like a camo green. and this is supposed to be a claret red or a Bordeaux red. Now you can obviously see that this is a bit lighter and then a bit darker. Now, I'm not actually sure if that's just because of the age of the trainer or if who knows, I'm not sure. But again, it's different. And obviously you can just see again that the differences in the midsole. Look, all in all, if you never got the 2011s and you wanted these, definitely you had to have got them. You had to have got them. If you had the 2015, 2011s and they're in good condition, I wouldn't recommend you buy them unless you were, like me, a collector and want them. You get me? But anyway, yeah, a bit sketchy in some places, but I hope the review was all blessed and all blem. I'm not even going to get into the sole, because the sole's exactly the same shit. But, yeah. Anyway, Rain the Mask signing out. See ya!